Hello everyone, this is Kiran, the trainer joining in. Good evening, good morning everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, let's wait for 2 more minutes for the rest of the folks to join. Okay guys, I think we can get started. So once again, everyone, good morning and good evening, depending on from the locations that you're joining in. I'm also sharing my screen. Can one of you quickly confirm if my screen share is visible? And by the way, my name is Kiran and I'm the trainer for this security testing course. Am I audible?
Yeah,
And
it's
is my
visible.
screen share? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, audible and visible both.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much for that confirmation, guys. While we also wait for others to join, let me give a quick round of introduction about my profile and what I have in the store. And then we'll start off with the demo. Like I said, my name is Kiran, and I have around 19 years of experience in the IT industry. And my entire specialization has been in the software testing spectrum, starting from the ISTQB manual testing to the automation testing of UI applications and the backend applications using tools like Selenium, Catalan Studio. On the backend side, I have been automating using tools like Postman, Catalan Studio, Ready API, SOAP UI, Tailend, Insomnia, HappyGee, Swagger. Then also involved in the performance testing of applications using tools like Jmeter, Gatling. Then involved in non-functional testing aspects of usability, such as accessibility testing using multiple sets of tools. And of course, on the security testing side as well, using multitude sets of tools such as Burp Suite, ZDAC proxy, SQL Mapper, Network Mapper, etc. And also worked on the DevOps tools like Git, GitHub, GitLab, Jenkins, Bitbucket. Yeah, so these are the highlights of my profile on which I help the organizations, corporates, by providing my consulting services to them. And apart from that, teaching is obviously a passion I have for. And we at Isha have been doing a tremendous job in terms of providing exclusive trainings on niche technologies in such a way that even a beginner or a lateral can easily understand any new software testing topic and become an expert in that particular area. And for that reason, we have come up with this security testing master class, which is available on our website. I will also give this link to all of you on the chat for your reference. And this course has been designed with a lot of considerations that we have taken at Isha to ensure that a person can be able to do security testing for web applications, for APIs, and also at the basic network level. Okay? Network level means port level testing. So don't expect too much of network level security testing in this course because of time restrictions that we have. So this course is offered for close to 30 hours, meaning 30 classes. Okay? So every day we have designed this course to be for 1 hour, starting from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Indian standard timings. And you can probably convert that into your local time zone if you're joining from other locations. And the prerequisites about this course is the person should have the basic understanding of how an application works, like the basic functional testing if they have done some time back. Even if it is 6 months of experience, that's more than sufficient. And some understanding about the API terminology is also good enough to have, but nevertheless, in the initial chapters, I'm going to explain all those basics or the prerequisites. Okay? So I would like to confirm here that this course duration, right, because these are a few of the common questions I hear from most of the participants. So this duration of the course is 30 hours, and Monday to Friday 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST is the standard timings. And today happens to be the day 0, which is nothing but our demo class. And from tomorrow onwards, day 1 class will start immediately. We are not delaying it. We are starting it off immediately. And please utilize this demo class to get your questions answered. And before you ask me questions also, I would like to make it clear to you guys, what do we deliver in this course? And what are the key takeaways that you are going to have in this course? So point 1 that you have to understand is I'm going to follow Open Web Application Security Project standards, which is nothing but OWASP standards in security testing. So we are not going to teach something out of our own will and wish. We are just following the OWASP standards. And there are multiple tools that you are going to learn in this course, not 1 or 2 tools. You are going to see at least 6 tools you are going to learn in this course. Okay? Example, I can just tell it randomly here. The tools that we are going to use will be, we are going to use Vapalizer tool. Then we are going to use Watruns tool. Then we are going to use a tool called Shodan. Then we are going to use a tool called Nmap. Then we're going to use Burp Suite tool. Then we are going to use Wookie tool. Then we are going to use Dex2Jar tool and Java decompiler GUI tool. Then I have another tool called Yazini. Then another tool called Mobile Apps Specific. There are 3 tools over here, which are like browser-based tools. Then we have a tool called Sneak. So almost 10 tools is what I'm going to show you in this course to make you feel pretty much confident and comfortable in understanding security testing. So, and whoever enrolls in this course and completes their 30 hours of live training every day, you will receive the training material from our team. You will also receive the recorded class videos, and the material and the recorded videos are for lifetime. You can have access. And the participants also receive a course completion certificate from Isha team. And the material looks something like this. So I'll quickly show it on my drive. So this is the folder that I'm going to share with all of you, those who have enrolled. You will get the recorded classes in a folder. You'll also get the training material like this, which I had prepared. So I'll quickly show it to you how the material looks like. This has the detailed information about how to test APIs. And you see there are notes given here along with test cases and screenshots of everything. And this is a notes that I had prepared personally while I was teaching to corporates. And you can also refer this. It has got all the diagrams, steps to follow, and how to break any application. Okay. You may not be a typical hacker, but you will be good enough in an organization to start hacking things. And this is more from an educational perspective. Okay. So I have got all the steps over here. I'm also going to give you a security testing checklist, something that you guys can follow up in your organizations. Then there is a test design framework I'm going to share. There's a checklist that you can follow, like SDLC, right? Similarly, you have a security testing checklist that you can follow. And here you have a framework that I had created, which you can use to understand how to do things and what kind of report you can supply to your management team, and the tools you have used, how to do code obfuscation. So all the details we have entered it, and this is prepared keeping in mind my experience working with several organizations in the industry. Okay. And I'm going to share the same material with you, which you can customize on top of it if you wish to and use it. And there is also another document I had recently prepared for one of my client, and I thought maybe this is good to be shared with others also. And you can see here the data. Okay. Okay, so that's about the notes here, guys. So throughout the course, I would say you don't have to worry about writing anything, because whatever I'm speaking, whatever security testing we start doing, everything will be given access to you. It's already available along with detailed steps to reproduce and the screenshots. All you have to do is just listen to the class for 1 hour and get yourself habituated to what I'm saying. And coming to the course syllabus, right? I would like to highlight in this demo class or in this day 0 class what I'm teaching you, so that you know the key takeaways and take a decision to enroll in this course. So chapter 1 introduces you to the web client and server architecture, the 3-tier architecture, and the introduction to the world of APIs. Because without understanding the API concept, security testing becomes difficult. So the prerequisite itself is API testing. Okay, not API automation testing. Understanding APIs is important. And we thought instead of forcing you guys to learn API and join this class, we have included that as chapter 1 itself, so that we teach you the prerequisites also in chapter 1. Here I'm going to explain you how in the enterprise world the APIs are prepared, how does an API look like, and in the API client and server architecture or web client and web server architecture, what are the parameters present, what are the different HTTP methods such as get, post, put, patch, delete used for, etc. And also we'll talk about the 3-tier architecture model here. And in chapter 2, we'll talk about different types of APIs that are available along with the syntax of an API. Okay. And chapter 1 and 2 are typically the prerequisites, right? So I wanted to teach the prerequisites in the first 3 classes, so that 4th class onwards, we jump to the actual security testing. Okay. So chapter 3, I'm going to introduce you to the top 10 vulnerabilities that we have according to OWASP. OWASP stands for Open Web Application Security Project. So OWASP is an industry body that defines what are the top 10 attacks happening in the world, and they call these attacks as vulnerabilities, and the developers use that list and protect their code from these attacks. And we use the same list, top 10 list, to see if our application or API is attackable for those areas or is vulnerable for those areas. In this process, I'll teach you certain keywords also, like what is a threat, what is a target, what is CVSS, which stands for Common Vulnerability Scoring System, what is CVE, Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures. We'll talk about what is VAT, which is Vulnerability Assessment Testing. We'll talk about PT, which is Penetration Testing, and we'll talk about what is ST, Security Testing. Here I have listed some attack names here. I'll just read it out. I'm not going to define them now because it may not be appropriate time to explain them now in today's class. So we'll talk about the vulnerabilities such as sensitive information disclosure, using vulnerable and outdated components, incorrectly configured response headers, insecure design, open network ports detection, server-side missing validations. We'll talk about cross-site scripting, SQL injection, IDOR attacks, HTML injections. We'll talk about JSON Web Tokens attack. We'll talk about brute force attacks. We'll talk about authorization level broken objects, etc., etc. And in chapter 4, we will set up our framework, or I would say we'll set up all the vulnerable applications on our computer. So for that, I have listed here some example applications. Few of them are available online. Few of them can be downloaded to your computer. I will teach both the ways, and you can use anything of your choice. So these are the projects that I'm going to use for testing our security OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities. In chapter 5, I'm teaching the first tool called Nmap, which is called as network mapper tool. We use this to detect all the open ports on the server using which an attack can happen in the future. Nmap is completely a CLI tool, command line interface tool, which means you need to run it from your command prompt. By typing some commands here, the attacks happen. Otherwise, you can also use another tool called Zenmap tool, which is coming from Nmap only. Nmap is a CLI tool, but Zenmap has a graphical user interface. Example, if I go to command prompt and type nmap 127.0.0.1 on my computer, you see I'm getting some output here. So this is what I'm going to show you, how to do this, how to configure it, what is this output talking about, is there a problem with this output. We are going to see using Nmap. But if you don't like command prompt, then there is a solution called Zenmap. So that interface is also available. So I also have the framework on my computer already. Let me just open it. So here I can put and just start the scan, and I get the output here immediately. So here I get the output, same output as what I got in the command line prompt. So here, looking at this output, we need to figure out whether there is a problem or not. So that is the whole objective of this particular chapter 5. Okay. Guys, am I clear until this point to all of you? Do you have any questions?
Yeah,
These
Kiran,
tools
whatever
open source. Sorry.
these are open source tools or these are licensed tools, whatever you are telling, starting with.
Open source tools.
Okay.
Any other
So
question?
can I have one question? Yeah. So this tool you mentioned, right? These all are open source or it is a paid one?
Open source. They're all free.
Open
Open
source.
source. Yeah.
Open source. So I'm having 14 years of experience. Okay. And how can I use like security testing to implement in my current project? Like or like
See, the course is all about your question only. Like how you have to implement means you need to go through all these 30 hours of course to understand how it can be conducted, and accordingly you can implement it.
okay.
One tool is not the solution for security testers. Security testers use multiple tools. In the course only, I'm teaching you 10 tools so that you can use all the 10 tools. And in the future, if you learn few more tools, you can use all the tools and report your security concerns, security issues to your project team.
Okay. If I learn this 30 hours of training,
Hmm.
whatever you were like mentioned, so I can use for my security testing kind of testing I have done in my current company, something like that. I can show in the profile also, right?
Yeah, 100% you can do, Babu. 100%. Trust me. You can definitely put it in a resume. In fact, you can
Hmm.
start doing it in your project, not after 30 hours. Once you complete this chapter, whatever chapter I'm talking about, chapter after completing chapter 5, all of you can start implementing chapter 5 in your actual office projects also.
Okay. So there should be some restriction, right? In the current project, we cannot use this kind of softwares in the current organization.
Maybe installation wise, if you have an issue, you need to try it on your personal laptop, access the application on the personal laptop on the browser, and you can find it out.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Because if IT
Thank you.
team is not allowing you to install, then definitely that problem has to be solved by them. Otherwise, use a different personal laptop and try it. So every chapter is a takeaway, guys. It's not that you have to wait until the last chapter to implement it. Trust me, I repeat, every chapter is a takeaway. Every chapter is introduces a new tool, and with every chapter, you will find some set of security bugs, which we call them as vulnerabilities. Okay, any questions other than like what was asked again from anyone?
Yeah, Kiran.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Shilpa. Yeah.
Hey, hi, this is Vincy. I just have a question. So you have specified the list of tools and you specified also that we are not using the single tool for that the security testing.
Hmm.
So do we have any such tool like which don't have any limitations and do that security testing to cover all the part? And these tools that you mentioned, right? What are all the limitations in that tool and why we are switching to that the other tools?
Okay, good question. So, see, security testing itself is a very niche topic, and most of the tools in the market are commercial tools, paid tools, and they're very much expensive, right? So, commercial tools, even if you purchase them, all the things that you have to do in security testing will not be covered in one paid tool. Example, if I take Burp Suite, which is the industry number one recommended tool, Burp Suite comes as both a free tool as well as a paid tool. Even in the paid tool, only certain things are present. Not everything is present. Then I have to still go and use another tool. Then you take a
So
Zap tool. Z attack proxy tool is there. It is coming from OWASP only. But still the tool has only certain features. Other features cannot be tested by that tool. So I have to depend on
sorry,
another tool.
sorry to disturb. So here you are saying that you are specifying that the commercial tool has that the limitation, or if we are go with the paid tool, it has all the features.
No, no, commercial tool or paid tool, both are same. All I'm
Hmm.
saying is every commercial tool or paid tool will not offer you all the features.
Okay,
That is a drawback we have in the security testing industry.
okay, got
So
it.
one tool does not fit security testing requirement. In any organization, no matter whether you have a security expert with a 20 years experience or 2 years experience, he or she will use multiple tools because one tool never solved the problem statements. And all the tools I'm teaching, right, they are not complicated. They are very easy. Once you use it, you are like, wow, this tool is easy for me to use. And moreover, when you tell someone that you are conducting security testing with 5 tools, with 10 tools, your weightage also increases in the resume or in your client interactions.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Girija, do you have a question?
Yeah, I haven't done security testing myself in the team. I basically do automation and wanted to know am I going to fit in this course?
Okay,
I
so
mean,
you're
can I
saying that
do this even though I don't have any experience with our knowledge with security testing?
yes, Girija, of course. I think most of the participants who have joined the course should also have a similar question. And my answer is obviously yes, because I said, there is no prerequisite for this course because the first 2 chapters itself is a prerequisite. So instead of, imposing on the participants to learn this and join, we have incorporated the first 2 chapters as a teaching from our side, which is a prerequisite. So you can happily enroll in the course, whether you are a manual tester or an automation test engineer. Uh, that should not be a problem. In fact, that's a plus point. If you're coming from manual testing background, you gain. If you're coming from automation testing background as well, you gain in this course. If you're joining in as a business analyst or as a developer, or if you're a project manager or a scrum master, this course can make them also confident in conducting security testing for their projects. So you definitely, it will be useful to you, not because I wanted you to enroll, because I know I know that the teaching style what I follow, and because of different sets of people I have trained in my career, I know how things have to be explained so that every person, irrespective of their experience or backgrounds, should become comfortable and confident in this course. So with that reasons in my mind, I'm saying, yeah, you can definitely feel comfortable once you enroll.
Following to this, one more question is, are we expecting any coding experience in this? Because you
Absolutely
said
no.
any fresher can join.
Yes, yes. So coding experience is not necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So chapter 5, I have just shown it by using a
Hello,
tool. Yes.
sir, Shilpa this side. So, can we automate that security testing?
We can automate, but most of this automation is available in the paid tools.
Okay. So,
Mostly,
will you cover?
hmm, go ahead.
So,
And
will
if we
you
use
cover
open
that?
source,
On,
sorry, continue.
so, will you cover in that classes or not?
Yeah, of course, I'm going to cover with all the tools, right? The tools will help you to do it manually, and some part of it is automated. So we'll touch base both.
That means we will cover an automation because in my organization it is required to automate the security testing. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, we will cover it. But when I say automation, again, I don't know what
Hmm.
is your definition for automation, but in security testing and in this
Hmm.
course, when I say automation, the definition is not by writing code, by configuring the things in the tool, we are doing automation.
So,
Okay.
in that
You
case, we
don't,
will not use that Eclipse and IDE.
not necessary. We don't need Eclipse and IDE in this course. In security testing, it is not needed. Eclipse and IDE
But
you write mostly for API automation or UI automation. Security automation is different, and the tools needed are also different. So Eclipse is nowhere having a scope here.
But recently I watched one video. So in that case, that OWS JAP, I think that the tools we can automate. For that, they have used the IntelliJ ID.
Mhm.
I don't have that much idea, but recently, yesterday I watched that video. So uh, they use the IntelliJ ID and some code.
So I'll tell you what is that video also. See, Zap is another tool used by OWASP community. In this course, we are not using Zap. We are using another better tool called Bob Suite. And what Zap did was, it is probably for a developer to use the Zap tool in his Eclipse editor. So as he or she writes the code and does unit testing, Zap plugins will check whether the code written by him is having any problems or is the code working correctly or not. So that's more for a security development lifecycle. So the developers also do security testing, right, before they give it to you. So they can integrate with their Eclipse or IntelliJ editors, their code and Zap tool.
And
But
one
in
more
our
request, sir,
course,
can you shift that?
hmm,
So can we shift that timing from 9 to 9:30? Because
9:30, I'm not sure, but you can have a word with Isha team, uh, because 9 itself is too late. So 9 to 10 p.m. is a little late in the evening in India, right? But you can check with Isha team based on democracy. We can take a decision also. If maximum people are okay,
okay, sir, thank you.
we can. Otherwise, it would be 9 o'clock only.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Kiran, I have another question. Sorry.
Yes, Vinci.
So if I start the security testing and the client is not approved the specific tool, then what should I need to go with the proposed solution?
See, that is the reason why there are 10 tools in this course, because of these
Hmm.
challenges that I faced, or a challenge which you are also going to face. That's why there are 10 tools. So there are certain tools where the functionality is overlapping. So if tool one is not supported by your client, plan B is use another tool which I'm covering in the course. If a developer says or client says we don't support even that, then whatever tool the client is supporting or whatever tool you learn on your own and then you project to the client, it should be approved. But whatever tools we are learning in this course, that will make you more confident in exploring another tool on your own, because I'm
Okay.
teaching you most of the tools which are famous in the market. Okay? Again, I'm not teaching something because I know it. I learned it because the industry is expecting everyone to know these tools at the basic thing. And these tools are like the father of the remaining tools. So you will learn obviously a new tool on your own after you explore and do R&D on these 10 tools which I'm teaching in this course.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Kiran, I have one question, last question.
Hmm?
So the security basics, right? The concepts you are going to teach from A to Z everything, right?
Yes,
Security related, the basic concepts.
yes, true.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
So so everything is going to be taught in the first three classes, sorry, the first three chapters, where all the prerequisites, all the terminologies will be clear to you. And all the trainings that I do at Isha are all planned in a step-by-step manner so that everyone starts feeling comfortable and confident with each class. Suddenly in fifth class, I won't say that if you don't understand this topic, it is your headache. I won't say like that. If you don't understand, okay, I will pause, I will rewind back 10 minutes back. Again, I will teach you that and then we'll go forward. Because the intention is to share the knowledge and make you guys more comfortable and confident, right? 30 hours training doesn't mean exactly 30 hours. It can be completed in 29 hours if you are not asking me questions. If you're asking me questions, it might take even 32 hours, right? So that's how the courses are designed here. Okay, just moving a little bit forward in the curriculum. Chapter 6 introduces another tool called as Burp Suite, which is the industry standard tool in the market. So chapter 6 talks about the setup of this tool and a simple walkthrough of the tool and the architecture of the tool. Chapter 7 explains you how to use this tool to do penetration testing, where I will teach you all the features of this tool. Example, what is the proxy feature, target feature, intruder, repeater, decoder, couple of other things are also there. So chapter 7 is going to be using this Burp Suite tool for all the APIs or for all the web applications, exploring all the attacks. In fact, chapter 7 itself is one of the biggest chapters in this course. This itself will take a lot of classes. I'm not reading all these points, okay? Because even if I read it, it may not be, clarity, giving you clarity. And we also have a plugins available for Burp Suite tool. Just like you install the apps on your smartphone from the Google Play Store or Apple App Store, we have plugins available for Burp Suite. So I have listed a few plugins here, which we are going to install in this course and see the usage of it. Chapter 8 focuses on another tool called Wookie tool, using which we'll automate REST APIs and SOAP APIs. So this is where I think Shilpa had a question like, do we automate? So chapter 8 is an answer to your question. So exact automation of APIs will be done in chapter 8, but I'm not using Eclipse or IntelliJ because that is not relevant to this course or that is not relevant to these tools. So chapter A is for API level automation testing from a security perspective. Chapter 9 is how do you test Android apps security testing, meaning we are shifting now to mobile apps. Here we are doing one of the testing technique called as code deobfuscation, meaning reverse engineering of the source code. What do I mean by this is, let's say if you go to Play Store or Apple App Store, you see a lot of apps, right? Using the app, you can install it on the smartphone. But in the course, we'll take the app, we will reverse engineer it and see what is the source code written by the developer. And are we seeing the exact source code given by the developer, or we are seeing some nonsense data, which we don't understand. If I'm seeing the same source code as it is, I can also prepare another app with some other name, use the same code, release it in the market. Right? I can defame the original app owner. But if I reverse engineer, if I'm seeing some junk data or nonsense data, then the developer has protected his source code because he knows that a person called Kiran will come and see my code in the future. So that testing we are doing it in chapter 9 using the famous tools called Dex2Jar and JDGUI. Alternate also is planned here called Yazini tool, which I'm going to show even with that tool. Chapter 10 focuses on source code software testing, meaning what if the developer says, hey Kiran, my source code is available on GitHub repository or Bitbucket repository or GitLab repository. Can you do security testing by looking at the source code, not by looking at the browser application? The answer is yes. Even if you have source code, we can do some simple source code level testing. That is what chapter 10 will focus. Okay. Apart from this, I think that's so in chapter 9, I will also show you how to test your iOS apps or Android apps also from a scanning perspective, which can be automated. So that also I will show you. So these are the top 10 chapters that we have in place where we are testing the source code level. We are testing the iOS app and Android apps. We are testing the APIs, SOAP APIs and REST APIs. And also we are scanning the web applications in chapter 8. Chapter 7 is using a tool for web applications. Chapter 5 is testing at a port level testing. Okay, which means in this course, if someone says what type of testing you are learning, you can tell them we are learning application based security testing, which is nothing but applications that run on browser. So I will say browser applications. Then APIs based security testing also I'm showing you in this course. Then mobile apps based security testing also I'm showing you. Then source code based security testing also I'm showing you. Then port level security testing also we are doing it. Okay. So these are the key takeaways for anyone who enrolls in this course. Starting from tomorrow, we are starting immediately. We are not delaying anything. And one more thing is, see, I'm saying that I'm teaching 10 tools. So do I teach 100% of the tools? If that is the question, I may not teach 100% of the tools because there are 10 tools. To teach one tool 100% only, we will take 20 classes. And again, not every feature in the tool is needed because certain features are just given for marketing reasons. They may not serve the purpose. So please note that we will learn the feature that is needed for a security tester. Remaining things, even if I don't teach, you can learn on your own. That is not a problem. But the key features you are definitely going to learn. Then I said right now on the chat, browser applications based security testing, API based, mobile apps based. In that also, we can talk about percentage. Like, do I teach 100% of mobile app security testing? May not be, because mobile apps means at an app level, I have to teach you. At a device operating system level, I have to teach you. We don't have time. Again, expertise is different. Again, the tool is different. Costing also comes there. The commercial tools comes into picture. Whatever is possible to learn in those things, and whatever is enough for you to sustain in the IT industry, or to sustain in the current projects, or to get a new project, this is more than sufficient. In fact, if I'm correct, again, I'm not exaggerating, most of the people in the industry, they are not aware of all these 5 topics together. Maybe there are people who says, yeah, I know API based security testing, but not others. Others will say, I know only port level, I don't know others. Someone will come and say, I know only browser application security testing, I don't know others. But in the course, I'm showing you all the 5. That's another universal selling point of our training at Isha Solutions. Okay. So that's all, guys, for this demonstration class. The idea is to help you guys understand what we teach here, and all the details are available on our website, which I have already given on the chat window. If you have any questions, you can WhatsApp us. This is the URL where our course is available. Okay, you can obviously get in touch. I'm also there on the WhatsApp group where we are discussing. If you have any questions, you can definitely message and we'll be happy to assist you. And before we sign off, if you have any questions that needs my answers, please go ahead, guys.
Yeah, Kiran, related to this
Yeah,
API, API security testing means the API is triggered from web application or individual APIs also will cover here.
Individual APIs.
Okay. So may I know the reason, Kiran? See, job proxy, most of the projects are using right nowadays. Why we are not including that tool in this training?
Which tool?
Job, JDAP, job proxy.
Zap. Okay. Zap or Burp Suite. Any one tool is enough. Zap and Burp Suite have almost the same features and facilities. But between these two, the industry is more interested in Burp Suite only. So if you learn Burp Suite, Zap is easy. If you learn Zap, Burp Suite is easy. Both are like a copy paste only. There is no big difference.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I have
Kiran,
used both the tools. That's why I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I am in performance testing and load testing. I've been in this for like 4 years. So for me, will this security testing be helpful, or is it like a different line?
I would not say a different line, but it
Mm.
is like increasing your vertical knowledge on the testing industry. It may not be a horizontal domain knowledge, but it's more of a vertical skill set, and always good to have security testing in your resume because uh, I mean, if you have been following the news lately, most of the you know we always talk about artificial intelligence and how AI is impacting the jobs in the manufacturing industry or in the daily labor industry. We're also talking about how AI is replacing a lot of folks in the IT industry, right?
Right.
So when we say we are just a normal manual tester, it won't take a long time to replace those manual testers with the help of AI. Developers can themselves get the functional testing done by AI. In fact, in my organization, I teach the developers how to use AI in their unit testing so that you don't have to depend on manual testers. So what I'm doing, I'm upskilling all my manual testers into performance testing or accessibility testing or security testing because AI has not yet reached the performance testing or AI has not yet reached the security testing.
Okay.
So
So
hmm,
yeah. So will you be covering AI also in this course? Like, no,
no,
right?
no,
Okay. Okay.
AI is not part of the course.
Okay. Thank you.
Kiran, I have a query. So if we done the course, can we get the support after that?
What kind of
If
support you
we
mean?
so if I am working in that the project, if I have any query or the configuration for the any specific part
Yeah. See,
for the
during the training or after the training, if you have an
after the
issue like, hey,
training.
Kiran, I
Mm.
mean, if you're talking about project to support, I would say no. But any help
Not for the
regarding the
project
tools,
support, yeah.
yeah, tooling support, like any questions you have, Kiran, I'm giving an interview. Can you help me with this question? All those things are definitely yes. You will get support from me. All the courses I teach, I do that support for everyone.
Thank you.
Girija, you have a question?
Yeah, wanted to ask you, is there any configuration we are looking for in the machines which we have right now? Because I'm using my work laptop. So do I need to take any permissions before using these tools on my machine?
Yeah, if you have admin access, that should be enough. Regarding the hardware and software, I think that's not a problem. Your regular computer should be good enough.
Right. Okay.
Just that you need to have admin access for installation.
One more clarification. You mentioned API based testing, security testing as well. Is that related to any particular API, or even because my current environment has GraphQL, so wanted to know if that makes any difference.
Okay, good question. So APIs typically come in three flavors: SOAP APIs, REST APIs, and GraphQL APIs. And
Right.
the training focuses purely on SOAP APIs and REST APIs. For GraphQL APIs, you can apply the same knowledge, but otherwise I'll see one or two examples if I can take from the internet where GraphQL technology is used, and you can use that also.
Sure, that will be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
And
Because
my last question. Yeah, sorry.
GraphQL being relatively a new technology, most of the tools are not supporting security testing for GraphQL because they have not yet evolved to that level of support for GraphQL.
Okay. And my final question would be regarding the certification. Is there any certifications that we should be going through after this course?
There
Not
are
specifically by Isha, but outside.
yeah, ISTQB has one.
Okay. Okay.
ISTQB, then V-Skills in India, but ISTQB is recommended. It's worldwide recognized. Certified Security Test Engineer is the name of it. If you just Google ISTQB space security certification, you get the names and the content.
Okay.
So, Kiran, once this course is finished, then you mentioned, right, ISTQB certification security testing, we're able to crack that, right, with this knowledge.
See, with this knowledge, I won't say you'll crack it immediately
Okay.
because whenever you go for certification, your theory has to be more correct than practicals. So there is a material given by ISTQB. You have to go through it, but you will understand that material easily because you have completed this course. That I can assure you.
Okay.
Which means, see, I don't want to give false hopes here. Just because you complete a course with me, I won't say you will be certified easily by ISTQB because ISTQB certifications are very tricky, very confusing, and very challenging also. So you need to do, or I need to do some homework. But the course will give you that confidence that that homework can be done easily by you.
Yeah. Even I also certified the ISTQB, but this is the foundation of the security level, which is so they'll provide some PDF documentation, some notes. We have to go through that. Yeah, of course, that is also. But
Correct.
yeah, I think what you said, that is correct only. It's very difficult to crack the interview, crack the exam. So
True.
the answers, everything is same. It's difficult to find out which is answer. Yeah, got it. Thank you. Yep.
Sure. Any other questions, guys?
No.
Okay, good. I'm pretty much happy that there are so many questions from the participants, which obviously makes me feel that all of you are interested. But still, if you still have any questions about this course or about the security testing, my name is Kiran. I'm there on the WhatsApp group. You can just buzz me or buzz anyone in the group, one of my team, or I will answer your queries. And hoping to see you again tomorrow, same time, the day one class immediately tomorrow. And whatever we have discussed today, the recording will be made available and the link of it will also be posted on the group tomorrow. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for your participation. And that's all for today. Thank you once again. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.